gonna play a little thing. I don't know why it's gonna do that, but I like that better. So it can hear us talking. So 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the first podcast. This is the Optimal Nutrition Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Luke Dyrhaug.
And I will be your other host, Carter Runge.
And yeah, so basically what we want to do with this podcast is kind of just like talk, just talk nutrition, talk fitness, like being like optimal, like kind of optimal, some like self-bias, maybe a little bit, but we'll tell you when we're biased on these things. We're not just gonna say something that's like good bias and like maybe throw you off. We're always optimal to the things that are healthy. We'll maybe bias something that's like stupid, you know what I mean? Like maybe a movie or something like
not doctors.
We're not medical doctors. Like, I'm trying to be a registered dietitian, but I'm 3 years in the school, so that is a little different than a doctor.
Yeah, and I'm going into business, mainly sports and stuff. So we got multiple different angles here. So we're just trying to bring optimal nutrition. Look at that into everyone's daily lives. So
like a little bit about both of us. We're both from Jordan, Minnesota. If anyone knows where that is, not to dox ourselves, but I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. That's where the Minnesota's largest candy store is. If anyone's been there, I used to work there. It was a pretty good job. I never seen you guys there all the time. Like people from Jordan. No, it was dude. Okay, seeing people from like our hometown was like the worst thing there because I would see so many people. Like it was so bad. I would see like so many people that I just did not want to see. But good spot though. Good memories.
Always.
And then but we were from there, graduated 2023, so we're both in the school right now. I go to school in South Dakota State. He goes to Winona State. That's actually close by to La Crosse, or La Crescent is where my grandparents lived. And that's a little bit about us. We also played sports in high school. I played football, basketball, and baseball. And then Carter, you can just talk about it.
I played or ran track. Didn't really run. I jumped. I'm not a runner, but also played basketball all 4 years of high school and football as well. It's just a bunch of different angles of sports you can play and just, I don't know, just have fun with it in high school. And then you get to college and you realize you're not that guy anymore. So it was pretty funny to notice that the difference of college sports, especially.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like there are some guys I remember seeing like in the weight room even too. Like they're not even doing like things remotely even close, like optimal or whatever. Haha, but like optimal, but like they were like just huge, and I'm like, yeah, there's just genetic levels to this stuff too. Like, and then like even just looking like at basketball too. Like I remember even like. Yeah, we were solid and stuff like that. Like the people even in our school, and there's like people that like aren't even playing and like on like the actual teams. They're doing intramurals and they're like really good.
Yeah, that was always a humbling experience freshman year, but.
So I had a quick question for you too before we get into the main chunk of the episode. What like got you really into fitness fitness and nutrition? Because I kind of want to get like that kind of into our backgrounds, get the audience, get known us, what our main bulk of our podcast is.
Yeah, that's a great question. I got really into fitness due to you. You kind of set the stage for how to live optimal. That's going to be used a lot in this, so I apologize with the whole title and stuff of optimal nutrition.
It's catching.
Yeah.
We'll get people saying it.
Yeah. But no, I got into fitness to just be overall healthy so I can have a long-lasting life and just to be able to pass that through to my kids and also be there for my future kids and wife and stuff is kind of the big deal. I'm not really personally looking to go into like the bodybuilding show and stuff and I'm just trying to look the best and feel the best each and every day so I can live just live a happy life, happy life, happy wife, or happy wife, happy life. I said that backwards, but yeah, I'll actually reverse that question right back on you because I know you're more into the nutrition and fitness side and stuff. So I'll let you take the lead on this.
No, yeah, I definitely got into it after like junior year, like the end of the year, I remember. I really wanted to lose weight, and like I remember I was like 240-ish, like during the end of baseball season. That was like the start of summer.
But
Worked construction for ex-girlfriend's dad. Terrible job. But we worked there, and then I lost a bunch of weight because I was like wasn't eating enough probably, and then was sweating a ton. But like I was still like trying to lose weight, but like I was probably not eating enough still. And then lost some weight, and then was back down to like I was about on like 225-ish for like football. And then I got hurt when I like had to have surgery on my foot senior year. And then I wasn't like moving around much. Wasn't really tracking my calories, or like I wasn't even doing that anyways. Like I was like doing whatever, just whatever, gained a bunch of weight. I think I was like 248. I got up to like 250
really?
maybe. Yeah, it was bad.
You carried it well. Did not know you got up to that heavy.
I don't know. I mean, I can put some photos up too. I would have to like find it on here, but no, it was pretty bad. But like, and then I remember my mom said something about it to me. I'm like, oh geez, like I didn't like think of like that. I'm like, I was just kind of like mad that she said it almost. That kind of like sparked me honestly. But no, and I was like, okay, I like lose some weight then, and then like over like senior year, like the winter and stuff like that, I lost like it was like the beginning of winter. No, it wasn't the beginning of winter. It was around like, it was around like the end of February. I was like 198 or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was like pretty good, but like obviously the muscle was like all like I don't look like I do now, like at 195 or whatever. So like way different, but and way leaner too, which is so obviously because of the muscle. But no, yeah, it's pretty interesting. And then freshman year of college, I was nursing major, and then I was going to be a nutrition minor, and then I was like, you know what, I actually like really like nutrition after like one of my first nutrition classes. Excuse me.
That's good.
Made that into my major, and then really just dove into it like personally and stuff like that, because I was always into like bodybuilding as a sport and stuff like that. So haven't competed yet and stuff like that. I kind of want to wait till school's done, because it's so draining on you mentally that it's just I don't want to deal with it and stuff like that with school. School is more focusing for me, but
no need to sacrifice.
And stuff like that. You know, it's just I would rather spend more time on that, and then also too, I'd rather, if not like bodybuild, I want to bodybuild too, but like that I want to help people with bodybuilding with coaching, because I'll have my master's in nutrition and dietetics and be a registered dietitian. So that'd be perfect. And then that's kind of like a real gateway into that. And I know the training and stuff like that too, as well. So I know, and then I'm also doing a bunch of research and stuff like that, research into women's health, and I'm also studying it too, but women's health, birth control, stuff like that, all that women's training. So I really hope to get on the female client side as well, just because I know there's a lot of just misinformation out there. I know there's like not a lot of good female coaches, I feel like they say, but I kind of want to be one of those like reliable ones and stuff like that. I know that people can go to and definitely get some extra help.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds amazing. So, well, with all that schooling, will you have the official title of doctor, or do you need to go for your doctorate?
Doctor would be like I'm trying to think of a PhD in research, like nutrition research. I think it would be stuff like that, because that's what that's one of my professors is for nutrition assessment class, because that's like a portion of like the care process, like ADIME and stuff like that. So the assessment portion is kind of like the main portion what a dietitian does in the office. So I'm kind of getting to the classes now where it's like really getting into there, where it's like field specific. So finally done with all that like terrible stuff. Like this, like it's so weird. Not gonna lie. I feel like the first 2 years of college are actually the hardest. Don't get me wrong. Like the other stuff later, it's gonna be time consuming, but like I'm like really into nutrition and stuff like that. So like I know for like the end of I was like on our whatever like programs Instagram page, I saw people doing like a final thing, and they had to do like a full on study and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, that sounds like awesome to do. I'd love to like do like study, like a controlled study and stuff like that. That'd be really cool. So just only like
super nice.
You know, it makes you more credible too, like later on. So I'm just happy to do that.
Especially when you can draw back on that research project and stuff that you'll probably have to do. But no, going back to the first 2 years of college is just crazy for me being a business major trying to learn chemistry. Like, what are we doing
It's so
here?
dumb. Like, why why would you need to take that? Like,
I know, or like just some. Yeah, I took a couple of history classes as well. So I mean, just spend those first 2 years just trying to become a history geek, even though I'm going for business. But I know you probably had the same funny interactions the first couple of
yeah, a little
years.
bit. Like, we just had like general like psychology and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I'm like, whatever. And then like a writing class too. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
kind of nice and all to
literature.
write formally, but like, I mean, I'm trying to think what else, like, and what chemistry obviously I needed to do and stuff
Yeah,
like that. But then,
yeah.
something like that
Totally.
freshman BS class, you know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah, orientation I had to take.
yeah.
I
And
was
then I'm trying to think of anything else like that I had to take that like was pretty stupid. And
well,
I
we
like,
got pretty, I mean, lucky and unlucky because we were the COVID thing. So at least I took advantage of the PSEO,
oh
high
yeah,
school
we had
offered, so that
dude, like
nailed out a
math
bunch.
and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah,
what?
like
Are you kidding me? Like, why
like
would I need to take
advanced
algebra?
algebra. Yeah,
Like, come
advanced
on. I'm
algebra.
so glad I did that in high school.
Yeah,
Shout
and
out
then
Randy Cook. Shout out Randy Cook. If
yeah,
Athens listening to this, shout out Randy Cook.
yes,
Only
and
people
also
from Jordan would know.
Katie McKnight saved me from taking the history of rock and roll because
Really?
she got her master's, I think, and it allowed us to get that college credit
Oh,
for it.
that's right. Yeah, I
So
think that
I
was just
didn't
an
have to,
elective for me.
yeah. So I didn't have to take that. That was a funny one.
I'm trying to think of anything else. There was oh, I didn't have to take Comp 1. I only had to do Comp 2 sophomore year. But
Oh, yep.
Comp 1 was taken care of through Intro to Ed
Oh,
when we were like
yes.
in a classroom and
I
during with like
forgot
an
about
actual
that.
with an actual class and stuff like
Yep.
that for a month. Yeah. That was
Yep.
in the
Public
English writing.
speaking for me
Oh,
got
public
taken
speaking,
care of.
yeah. Oh wait, did you do regular?
In Jordan
Yeah.
or
Or did you
no,
do CE?
I did CE.
You did CE with Spies?
Yeah. Yeah.
So easy, right?
Yeah.
She
And
like
then yeah.
she splits it up between 2 days, like that there's two groups, and I'm like, that's so easy. And then like obviously she gave the opportunity for everyone like do it like on video. I remember like for our
Yeah.
class, I was a junior, and there was literally like maybe a few other juniors, and then like Ashley Larson was in there and stuff like that. But like I don't know why
I
I
don't even
said that.
remember my class.
Yeah, I think she was
Yeah.
like the only other like girl in our grade. No, maybe there's two other people, but like or one other person. Oh yeah, Avery Peters was, I think. But
Yeah.
I remember like
Shout-
there was one person, I don't want to say like the person's name. I don't know, like call them
Bleep.
out.
Yeah.
They were up there and like they were shaking and stuff like that.
Oh god.
When they were up there, like, and they were like freaking out. And they like had to like stop and
Not
like
that
start
deep.
over again. And it's like you can't laugh because there was literally like 9 people total in the room.
And then everyone would end up looking at you.
Mhm.
you get the reverse of it.
People like these apps, so I feel like people like to
Yeah.
hear a little life stories.
What else in the growing up phase? I don't know quite much. I just know in the old fitness industry.
Oh yeah,
Energy.
like before we get like we'll add this right now to it. Let's get into like let's talk about like our early life of like what fitness was like, because I want to start this off too after this, after I say this, but like our early early like fitness and stuff like that, and like how like eating and like what we knew about like nutrition when we were younger. And I'll start with like the training one. Like dude, I remember the first time we were lifting like actual weights before we were doing like the summer like lifting stuff with like
Yeah.
football teams and stuff like that, and everyone else was your dad having
Yeah,
us
I
with,
was just
at the
gonna
surf.
say that.
That was crazy.
I was
Dude,
just gonna say that.
I remember he had us doing one time. It was like going from like the highest weight you could do for like 10 reps, and like after every single one, just keep going down. It's like a mega drop set.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that was like crazy. Like at the time when you're younger, like, dude, this is gonna get me so huge. And like when you're younger too, you have the newbie gain. So like honestly, might as well just like hammer them with as much volume as they can hit. But
right. I mean, yeah. I do remember that. It was after school, and then he'd pick us up. We'd go just nail out some lifts or whatnot, and all of a sudden we'd be doing that a bunch, and then we'd go shoot some hoops at the circ.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Cirque home, the first ever gym.
Terrible lifting gym, but cool facility.
Yes.
I never like back in those days when we would lift there when you're like in 7th,
When
8th,
did we
9th
start?
grade.
Was it that? Yeah.
It
Oh,
was like
never
well,
mind.
6th grade it was, but then going on up like 6th through like 9th. And then or like we were lifting there. Because then like
Yeah.
10th, or no, even 10th grade too, I was. But like I
Uh-huh.
remember like even back in those days, like probably to like 10th grade, or maybe in 11th grade even too, like everyone like totally crapped on the Smith machine.
Oh, yeah. The Smith machine is definitely one of the
That is like a
early
prime machine. Like I don't have it in my program right now, but like, dude, it is a great machine.
oh my. It's just so versatile. It just one safety wise, I would think, just in case if you're lifting by yourself, I feel like you can really maximize your lifts while still knowing you're probably not going to drop it on your face and crack it. But no, call back to with my dad in 6th grade. He never picked us up. I remember we walked through the
We'd meet him in
doors.
there. We would walk through the doors
Yeah.
that were
And
connected.
then we thought we were so cool because it was like you had to be like 13.
Yeah, to be
like
with an adult in there. And then there's kids that would come in and it's like, you can't be in here. Like,
yeah. And then we're like, well, my dad's right there. Or we'd try to like sneak in before he got there because we just come right from school. And yeah, we always thought we were so cool. I totally forgot about that.
Nah, those are the good times, especially because I remember like I remember even like lifting there when we were like 9th through like 10th grade, even like some 11th grade. I just never seen some like the craziest things in there. Like, and that was COVID too. Like even before COVID, or like 7th, 8th grade was like obviously before COVID, and then most of 9th grade was besides like March on, and then but I remember like even throughout that, like you would see some of the craziest people there, like doing some of the like, what are you doing? Like some little kids like pulling up the biggest weight ever, like trying to curl it and like like trying to like do it. I'm like, what are you doing in here? Like, or kids just like bouncing around from like everywhere. I'm like, oh my gosh.
The deadlifts were the funniest.
The deadlifts, I'm like, there's no deadlift platform. Like there is now, I believe. But like before there was none. Like people were just deadlifting there because they had the rubber plates, and I'm like, those things were getting destroyed. So was the floor. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then like they had one bench, and like that's when we were all obsessed with benching. I'd probably never barbell bench again unless I like wanted to like get my bench up for some reason.
Yeah,
but not for like to get my chest big. I would never do the barbell bench. But I remember we were really obsessed with barbell bench, and we just like there was only one, so you'd have to wait there forever and forever and forever because people would just like want in there, like, and you wouldn't like some people would just like take it sometimes because like we were like too young at an age like we didn't want it to go to an adult and be like, are you up here next?
Yeah,
like you're like so like I mean like you're like 9th, 10th grade, but like still, you know, this person's in their 40s and you're like, and you kind of look like, and like we look kind of stupid too, but like we knew we kind of looked like we don't want to look like douchey and stuff like that, but we kind of did. And we had like the cut off sleeves or whatever, and like you think you look so cool and stuff.
Yeah,
like
right. Going up to a full adult. No, I was gonna say, yeah, the one bench would always be used by what was the exercise where you kind of tricep kickbacks. I'd see some crazy like adults just spamming tricep kickbacks.
Tricep kickbacks. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like you could probably build like a decent set of triceps or whatever. But
yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, like that's like the last option I'd ever like. If I had a dumbbell, I would want to do the French press.
Yes. Oh my.
I actually like the French press. Like
I just did that today.
A hotel at the Colorado. I did that.
Look at that.
It's pretty goated. I like the French press.
Yeah, but you're a single arm, right? Not double.
Yeah, single arm. Like I feel like with double, like you're kind of like up here too much.
Yeah.
Like, I do like the single arm. It does feel like I can get it like more lined up with my shoulder and stuff like that. It feels better.
Yeah, for sure.
But with like nutrition though, I remember when, or even go back. Wait, hold on. I want to go back to the training though. At the start, I remember we used to do like the most insane amount of volume. I remember I used to when I was like in like high school. I would do like, and this is the crazy stuff. I used to never really train back at all. I used to only used to do lat pull downs.
Yeah,
that's all I would do.
Some rows.
We would do some like bent over rows and stuff like that. But like I was like, the funny thing about bent over row, it is for your traps or upper back.
Oh,
So
really?
like,
Okay.
like when you're going like that, you want your elbows like more abducted, like, and we're like doing it for our lats and stuff like that. I'm like so
Yeah.
terrible form, and it just tossing the weight up there. And then but like
Whatever
we used to
you
do
can
like
get.
I used to do like chest, arms, and I used to not do as much. I never used to do shoulder press overhead. Never did
Yeah.
that because it hurt my shoulder.
Yep.
Never
'Cause,
really
yeah,
did
you had
lateral
that
raises until like
injury.
junior, senior year.
Yeah, that's
So like, so I didn't train delts then. I'm trying to think. I did arms, so biceps, triceps, and then I also did like, yeah, like I said, lat pull down too that day, and then the
And
next
I
day would be,
kind of
and then I'd
followed
be
you around.
and then I'd be rest, and then I would do like the same thing again the next day, or something like that, or like that. Yeah, I would be like doing that, and it'd be crazy, dude. It'd be like the most ridiculous schedule.
No, yeah. And I always followed what you did around because you just send it in a sheet and be like, oh, just do this, this, and that. And yeah, I remember back was definitely underutilized. Legs, no one ever really had.
No
Like
one hit legs. I mean, like I loved legs like freshman year and stuff like that because I was so,
Yeah.
because I wanted like for like football and stuff like that. I wanted to prove
Yeah,
I
you
could
had
play
to be
like
on the top.
varsity.
Yeah.
And then I remember like just stopping after like the summer going in the 10th grade, that COVID year. I remember like squatting at the
Yeah.
circ for like a max of like 375, or I failed on it. I got like 365 or whatever. And then I never did that one rep max ever again.
No, yeah.
Because
I feel
they were
like that
so
was leg day.
pointless. Like that. Okay, I would never do a 1 rep max ever. Like that, most pointless, most dangerous thing ever to do. Like, yeah, you might want to see what it is, and if you're a power lifter, yeah, that's what it is. But dude, if you're like purely into the gym to get stronger, like I would never try like programming unless you wanted to do this. Like I'm saying, if you just looking to get stronger and stuff like that, I would never try doing a 1 rep max. Like that's just stupid. That would never do anything. And don't get me wrong, like it would definitely like give you some stimulus, but you're just like trying to go for a 1 rep max. Like we would go for I never like trying to go for like a 1 rep max every like 6 weeks and stuff like that. I'm like, going for a 1 rep max on barbell squat is so dangerous.
Oh my!
Like
yes.
even with people,
That's what actually hurt my back,
dude. Even with people spotting, I think it's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
If that's one thing I would say to like anyone younger, like I know they do it at the, I think they still do it in high school, but like it's like,
Shout
dude,
out
this
Max.
isn't. Yeah, shout out Max program. Not. I don't recommend. But it's not that the like, dude, like I would just like not. It's so stupid that they don't have like the money. It's kind of dumb that, or not dumb. It's kind of unfortunate they don't have the money, because I would buy like 3 leg extensions.
Oh my!
And you have 3 of those, and then 3 leg curls, and then you also have not like, you can have the racks and stuff too, because like I know that like, why I mean, like I know it's for explosiveness and athleticism, but like in like for functionality, but like some of the most functional training is hypertrophy training, like just purely like that stuff. Like the muscles still work the same, like they still work the same actions, like, and you're doing running, you're doing your stuff like that. So like that's what that portion is. Like you don't need to have a separate platform for like the snatches and stuff like that. Like that's not gonna get them any better, stronger. Like I would have the leg extensions, the leg curls, and then like obviously you want them squatting, because that's like a complete leg workout, because that's lengthened biased quad movement. But
Gotcha.
I would like one rep maxing is not ideal. It's dangerous, and then people's form are always so terrible. Like when people's forms are so bad, and they're usually like weights too much, like it's just not a movement where it needs to be highly coordinated, and it's just not like someone at that age not going to be like highly coordinated unless they're like just really good at it.
No, I think going back off the 1 rep max, I think the worst one for me was definitely hang cleans or power cleans. Sorry,
power cleans. I haven't done I hated power cleans.
I haven't done a power clean in probably like 3 years. But quick question for you: what do you prefer when you're doing hamstrings? Do you like the seated or the laid down? I know it's kind of controversial. I mean, it's accessible to what your gym has, but
okay, I'll go like this. I'll rank my hamstring exercises by this, but from from like least favorite, because obviously it hits the hamstring. So
Yeah, right.
least
So
favorite,
it's gonna
like highest, like the most favorite, or like most optimal. Haha. But my least
that's gonna
favorite
be
is the single leg one where you're standing up, because like I know it feels kind of weird. It kind of like rolls on the back of your leg sometimes, and then
and that's with
you
the
like
leg extension machine, right? You
no,
use
where
or
you're like laying and you have like your hands up here on like your forearms and you're resting your lean
oh,
forward,
okay.
and
Okay,
you're doing
yeah.
a leg
My gym
curl,
don't. Gotcha.
and you plate load and stuff like that. Some like
Oh,
this one
okay.
is,
Yeah, I
but
don't have that in mind.
this thing like the resistance profile is like really weird too. It's like all the way at the top. It's like not even like at the bottom. It's like no tension whatsoever, and that's where you like
Yeah.
that's where the hamstrings grow the best. And then next would be the lying leg curl,
Okay.
like that,
Yeah.
because like
That's what I with.
people's hips might
Yeah.
like not be able to stay in there, and they might be like not keep their hips, and their butt goes up. So like you want to keep your hips down there, but some of them are pretty good still, but it's kind of person dependent,
Yeah.
honestly. Like a lot of these are person dependent, maybe besides
Mhm.
the one I mentioned before, the standing one.
Yeah.
Next would be the SLDL, the stiff legged deadlift, where you're doing like an RDL type motion, but you're like the name's implied, it's stiff legged.
Yeah.
Your knees not flexing as much instead, so it's like kind of staying more straight. So that hits the hamstrings really well. I do that, and then the next one would be the 45 extension. You know, where people think it's a back extension where they lean on the machine, they have like the plate
Oh,
on
yeah.
there.
I use the
If
a
you use a
great
ball,
life.
if you have a bar down there or dumbbells, and you keep your legs straight on there and stuff like that, toes pointed forward, toes pointed forward. You have to have your back straight, because if you curl your back and arch it more, it's gonna have more glute. It's gonna be a glute then, more glute
Gotcha.
dominant motion. So back kind of straight, and you like extend up to like the point where it's not overextending to where you're like make it into a back movement. Then it's
Mhm.
where you're hitting some erectors obviously too, but it's not like totally like total like extension in the back and stuff in the spine. So spine extension. So like getting to a point where it's like comfortable, and then you like go back down. You can dead stop it too on the ground, but some people don't. I like a little tempo with it, but like I still set it on the ground just for like that I know, and like it's like a soft set on the ground, and then I go up. Unless it's like a like don't get around, like there's sometimes where it's like, okay, I want to go for like a heavy 5 or like heavy
Yeah.
6,
Like
like
a strong 5,
because
yeah.
maybe I just got the 8 reps or whatever, right? Like in 9 reps, I'm like, okay, I like time to increase load. I'm like, okay, I want a heavy 5, and like I'll like maybe like dead stop it, then like I'll go down. But it really just depends. I've been in the number one, I said like leg curl, or it's the only one
The
that like the regular
101.
the seated, because you can really like push it down in there. You can lean forward to get like more of, because it is better worked in the stretched, it like when it's more when it's harder at the top. And if you lean forward, you can get more of that. But if you're leaning too forward to where your spine's not really neutral, you're kind of like curving it. That's not good. You kind of want a neutral spine so your breathing's proper, and you kind of have like a stacked frame. So like I would lean forward, but like a tiny bit. Or sometimes I kind of like just being like more stacked. You know, your body's stacked in the machine,
Mhm.
and like making sure your butt is not coming off that thing. Because if your butt's coming off, the weight's probably too heavy. So I would just make sure it's pushed down there
No
tight
doubt.
enough. And like if you have a little pad down there too, that also works. That's what I do, because the one at my gym is like rock hard for some reason. And
I
when it
think
goes
you
on my
said
calf,
that.
and when it goes on my hamstrings, it hurts for some reason so bad. Oh, not hamstrings, my quads. It hurts so bad.
Yeah, so that was a good little hamstring. And yeah, just a little disclaimer. I am not that well versed in all of this stuff, so I will be learning a lot of stuff from our hopefully soon registered dietitian and exercise guru Luke Dyrhaug from
Mm-hmm.
these episodes and stuff. So I will be growing and learning to become more optimal in
Lots of cooking
nutrition.
stuff too.
Yes, I'm excited for that. College on a budget, maybe. College, both college students got to work within. I think Walmart is your. I know
Walmart
Walmart's a.
IV. High V's
Yep,
obviously
that's
like
a big staple
I
here.
pick between the two, because uh college kids, like I know college
Yep.
kids don't eat vegetables, But go to Walmart, frozen vegetables, like
Oh
you
my,
get a huge bag. I think it's 3.5 cups, so like 3.5 servings. Because a serving is a cup. I go through one of those a day, but they're $1.27 only.
yes.
And you don't have to worry about getting like organic or anything like that. Just get the conventional ones, and they're $1.27. And
I think is it great
like,
value is what it is?
yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
that's 3.5 cups right there. That's literally all you need. Like that's literally all you need for vegetables for the day. Is the guideline is 3 cups of vegetables, so you're even getting half a cup more. And then just get some frozen fruit and put 2 cups and some Greek yogurt.
Boom.
Perfect. And then that's you're getting your daily
Look
5.
at that.
So
Budget tips from us.
buy frozen if you're broke.
Yes.
Like some like obviously like never buy it like pre-cut. Like if it's pineapple cut and package, watermelon cut and package, like you're wasting your money.
Yeah.
Or if it's like a fruit platter, like you're just lazy too.
Yeah.
Like I have a pineapple.
Ridiculously overpriced as well.
I have a pineapple in there, and it's like I just have it like it's been in there for like a week now because it was so picked early. It was crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, gotta let it ripen up.
But I think we can get into the bulk of our episode. It's going to be basic diet. Okay, so like this is going to be the topic for the episode, and like you probably see it on there, obviously on the welcoming or whatever that we give you, but on the title. But yeah, we're gonna be basically going over some basic dieting principles. Touching on some nutrition and metabolism. Tips for mental blocks, obviously, because people go through mental challenges. That's basically the hardest thing on a diet. Is to go through that mental blockage. It's literally it's a mental game. And then some optimal training tips, and then optimal training guide, along with some supplements, sleeps, and then some myths about everything. And then we'll end it off with a fun little draft here. Won't say what it is till the end, but yeah, well, that's pretty much it for what we have for the episode. So
yeah,
I think we could
welcoming you guys into it.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think we could start off with what I think is a pretty important, not pretty important, but like it's important, but like I'd say like people overcomplicate it for what it actually is. And that is kind of like what to eat and like what makes your body perform, kind of like going over macronutrients, micronutrients, and like how to fuel and recover our bodies. So I kind of want to start off with just like basic macronutrients. So obviously you have your carbs and protein, which are 1 gram for every 4 calories. So if you have 10 grams of carbs, that is 40 calories. Same thing with protein. And there's a difference between the two with digestion ability. Obviously, carbohydrates can have fiber, which can slow down digestion. And then protein has nitrogen bound into it because amino acids are what make up protein. And amino acids are bonds with nitrogen in the middle of them. So that's what makes up the bond. And that's harder to break down, causing like protein to take longer and break down into your body, making you feel fuller. Also, too, protein also produces the most heat in your body and most energy when you break it down. So that's why we need a higher protein diet. You potentially burn more calories through, which we'll talk about in the second portion. But that's why protein is you get so like riled into it. You just want to keep
not that. I love this. I was just saying when you're saying more protein, something funny popped in my head, and that's the ultimate carnivore diet and stuff.
Oh yeah, we can get into something in there.
We'll get into that.
We'll get into that. But and then you got your fats too that are 9 grams. There are 9 calories per 1 gram. And then there's also alcohol too that's 7 calories for 1 gram. But we don't have to worry about that. And because that is poison, literal poison. I can say that. I can say it's poison.
Diesel fuel down the tank.
You would be better off throwing that at someone's car that you did not like and breaking it.
We all have those people.
But
and now what about micro?
But we'll going over fats again. There's a few different fats as well. There is polyunsaturated fats, which is the one that people say seed oils and stuff like that. But also there's the omega it's omega 6s versus the omega 3s, which is like the fatty fish. And so when they say seed oils and people say omega 6s, they're talking about the polyunsaturated fats like that. And like the seed oils, the soybean oil, the vegetable oil, stuff like that, canola oil. And then there's saturated fats as well. And then I'm learning about this in chemistry. Like saturated fats are, well, they have the 3 fatty acids, but they're all They have no double bonds. They're that. So they're usually a solid form as well, and they're using in animal stuff as well, i.e., beef tallow, butter, animal foods like the trace fat that comes from it, or like beef obviously has fat, or red meat. And then there's also mono unsaturated fats, MUFAs.
MUFAs, look at that, I like the acronym.
And there's PUFAs and MUFAs.
PUFAs and MUFAs. I like that.
And then those are like the healthy fats. So that's what you find in like avocados, olive oil, stuff like that. So those are the really healthy ones.
So and that's the ones you want to stick to, right? Mostly.
Yeah, you want to. I would say you would want to limit your intake of saturated fats to less than 10% of your daily calories. Like I would say, I think I have around at most 15. Okay, at the highest I've seen my days is like 20 grams of saturated fat, which is a decent amount, but like it's not like crazy. There's people that have like 50 and stuff like that. But like average about 15, I believe. I can actually pull up my macro factor app too because I have my phone right here. That's the fun thing about having a computer.
Look at that macro factor.
Let's see. Yeah, because it's so nice having like the fat breakdown and stuff like that on there.
Yeah.
Like today, 13 grams of saturated fat. And over a course of a week, it's been 14. Over the course of a month, it's been 16. So I mean, like,
so yeah, you're keeping range.
Recently, it's been lower in the last like few weeks. But no, yeah, I just want to keep a lower saturated fat intake. Yeah. But no, yeah, like tons of MUFAs, like and tons of PUFAs I've been adding to with pecans. I've been putting some of those in Greek yogurt, dude. It's been so good. They like add a little crunch to it, and it's nice.
It's like a almost healthier granola or cereal.
Yeah, basically. And then so going through, we went through the macronutrients, and now we can kind of go through like some of the micronutrients and some of like the ones that like you're probably missing out on that you really need. And like the first one for sure I would say is vitamin B1. And if you eat certain cereals, a lot of cereal is fortified with a lot of vitamins. So you're probably getting your vitamins in through that way. But vitamin B1 is especially needed because it's kind of your energy burning like vitamin. Like you need that for energy production and mitochondrial health and stuff like that. So I feel like that one's very neglected and people don't understand that. So a good source of that is just good old sourdough bread. That's one thing that I've noticed, that if you are deficient in it, well, let's get some sourdough or something like that, because I know that is a good source of thiamine, and that is something that people really enjoy. So people love bread, and like I know a lot of that bread's kind of junkish and stuff like that. It's hard to eat and like digest for them. So I feel like people digest a good sourdough well. So that's something I would do for that. And then another one too, I would say for sure is folate, leafy greens, pasture raised.
Is that kale?
Any leafy green. Pasture raised eggs have enhanced amount of them over conventional eggs. That's one of its aspects. Those also have it, and then some trace fruits like kiwi. They have a trace amount of folate. So if you have a decent amount of kiwis, you can get a decent amount of folate. And then I'm trying to think of what else. Anything with folate. I think that's kind of like the main things. And then going down the line, I can honestly look at macro factor and see what I want. Vitamin A. That's before I even have to look on that. Vitamin A is one thing people I feel like are really, really deficient in, unless they drink a crap ton of milk.
Yeah,
because they add vitamin A and vitamin D to that, and vitamin D is added to that as well. But that will be more in the supplement section, which we'll get to. But vitamin A, people are very deficient in. So one thing that I like to add in for vitamin A is, like, I added in there. I'm not going to go grab it right now, but it is carrot juice. And I know it sounds really gross, but I'll go through it on here today. Later tonight, because I was like, crap, I need some more vitamin A to get my daily intake in, or my daily my RDI, my recommended dietary intake. And I wanted to get 900 micrograms for the day. So I had I added 3.5 ounces to this, and that has 700 micrograms, because I had some from broccoli, 100 micrograms of broccoli, 160 from 2 eggs too as well. So
nice.
The pasture raised, they have more too than conventional. That's why I always say, like, that's the only one that's worth it. But
spend your dollars wisely.
Yeah, exactly. Vitamin C as well. That's a big one. there is an issue if people eat too much. I'm talking like mega doses of vitamin C. If you're taking like a vitamin C tablet, the one I would just only recommend that if you're like sick or you feel like you're going to be sick and stuff like that. Like that's good, good thing to get over a sickness is vitamin C. Um, but if you're eating enough through your diet, I do not recommend supplementing it. But I feel like people are deficient in vitamin C, and it's a good thing for immune health. It's very powerful antioxidant. You know, kiwis are the best source of vitamin C. You know, there's also like bell peppers. Like I'm only putting like, I don't know how many grams. It's like a small bell pepper and stuff like that into my beef tonight, and that is 100 milligrams right there.
Look at that.
Broccoli is also a pretty good vitamin C as well. That has 80 milligrams, and the RDI is 110 milligrams. So I know the conversion is a little different, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there's so many reasons to eat broccoli. That's why I think it's like the best one. But there is no best one. Eat a variety, of course. Like I said, vitamin D. People are pretty deficient in that. I only get about 40% of the RDI of that, and it's through Greek yogurt. So Greek yogurt, because I don't really drink milk, but if I drink done with my dieting phase, I'll go through I'll just go back to maintenance and stuff like that, and I'll probably have a glass of milk just to get that in there, just to get it at least up to maybe a little bit more and stuff like that. It's like the 75%, 80%, just so it's closer. Yeah. I know I supplement too, but we'll go through that later. Vitamin E is another one. If you have too much of it, that could be an issue, but people are not having too much vitamin E, and what's really nice too is that I have 76%, which is really good actually. And I was looking at here, I'm like, it's usually around 40%, but it's because I had 3 Cliff Z bars today for my pre-workout, and that I hit PRs today, like a ton of PRs. So like I think I'm gonna sneak in a few days rest from Z bars as my
Cliff, if you're listening,
sponsor. Yeah, if you're listening, your regular bars, the new nut bars that you had were pretty good, and then the Z bars are great for pre-workout because they have less fiber than the regular ones. They have a little less fat, and then they have really good sugars, and they're fast-acting sugars.
Boom.
So use that.
Cliff bar. Yeah.
Z bars, we love the Z bars. Vitamin K is a huge one. Blood clotting that helps with. So if you have blood clots, eat some damn broccoli.
That's kind of the key right here. Eat your damn broccoli.
The past month, I've had 146% of my RDI completed, and today I'm at 210% because I just have a crap ton of broccoli.
Yeah, look at that. Eat your broccoli. Yeah, kiwis are
60. I had about 160 grams worth of kiwi today, and that was 150 grams, and that was 60 milligrams worth or micrograms worth. So half your RDI.
Look at that.
Just going over some minerals. Calcium is one that people, like I said, they're not having enough dairy products. So calcium is one thing I would say that people need to worry about. So like I said, any dairy products. Magnesium, I only get about even I have a really good diet, and I only get about 66% of my RDI. So like I said, supplementing will be something we'll be going over. Iron through beef and stuff like that. Red meat. That's not something you need to worry about. Most people too much red meat. And then another thing too is just worrying about potassium. People are just too low in potassium for how much sodium they have, because those two are in relation to each other. So you really want to have more potassium as well. I like having a 2-to-1 ratio of potassium to sodium, just because I feel like people are just deficient in it. Or maybe have a 1.5 to 2, somewhere around there. As long as it's at least similar, man. Or at least there's more potassium. And then the last one I'd say for sure is just choline, and that's just getting a good source of eggs. Like it's more get some choline, stuff like that. It's gonna help with brain. It's gonna help the brain health and stuff like that. It's gonna help with just your overall mood and energy production for your cells. So that's something I'd very highly recommend.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for me, like I only really kind of known the macronutrients. I feel like that's what we were really only being taught in health class and stuff growing up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So to hear this micronutrients is kind of just amazing to see what stuff most people are deficient in, and what really drives like refueling your mental side and just recovering, like you said, through sickness and stuff. What you could be using and what your recommended value or daily intake should be.
Yeah, and like there's certain foods that are like I'd recommend for certain times, like fueling your body for a workout. Like I wouldn't recommend having like a steak, but like a
Yeah,
really fatty steak before that. Like you get a
yeah,
ribeye. Like first of all, if you're dieting, like I wouldn't have a ribeye. But I'm saying like any like thing like too fatty, like and it's all person dependent. Like I always say like the ceiling is around 12 to 15 grams of fat, which is really nice because the Cliff Z bars are 5 grams of fat per, so 15 grams, and it was perfect. And it was about like 70-ish minutes before training, so it
yeah.
digested really quick, and it was really easy on me. So that's something I digest well, but someone might not digest those really well. But like some
Sure.
might digest 93.7 beef well, and they can have like maybe 18 grams of fat worth of that. But like then maybe if I had ground beef, like I couldn't do that or something like that. Like ground beef digests good for me. I was just using that as an example,
Yeah.
but
No, yeah.
no, but like
Everyone's
it's just stuff like that. So I would say like try limiting your fat at first pre-workout, like seeing how much it works, making sure that you're getting at least like probably minimum 50 grams of fat per day, minimum 45-ish. Just depending on you again. Like if you start seeing hormone production go down, increase your fats, energy going down, overall mood, brain fog going down, increase your fats. But keep those low because those aren't really needed if you wanted more carbohydrates in your diet. But I know that's one thing that people also feel like they overconsume. So one thing that I've kind of found useful for me is limiting my fat intake, honestly, because if I have less of it, I'm tempted to want more of it. For
yeah.
me, because I feel like if I just like, okay, I'm better at doing less than doing like a medium amount. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I want like 80 grams of fat. And also too, if I'm trying to limit my saturated fat intake as well, uh, I would have to be at like more like unsaturated fat sources. And like, I don't know, that'd be like a lot of nuts and like that's calorie dense or like, it's just a little different. But
Hmm.
no, I would do for carb source then, if depends when when you're eating it and when you're going to be training. So if I was going to be at like school in between like two classes or something like that, like just say like I needed to eat at like 10:15, and
Hmm.
then I was going to go train at like 12:15. I would probably have like cream of rice, I would say, because that's an easy digesting carb, but because it's in between like a 1 and 2 hour window. But if it's closer to 2 hours, like maybe because it's a morning meal, maybe I fasted because I like, I only walked outside that day because I was training. So it's a
Hmm.
really, really low intensity. I'm kind of fasting and I'm just kind of like that one meal in the morning. I would probably add some nut butter to that
Okay.
because it will slow down the digestion a little bit. So it's not fully digesting and before I'm ready to have workout, because that rice would be really quick because there's no fiber in it. So, and that'd be my first meal of the day when I'm
Yeah.
really fasted and after like walking. So my body's ready to eat and that thing would burn through it. So I would add some nut butter, probably about like 10 grams where 10, 15 grams, like weighed. It really depends if I want more. And like, if you're longer, maybe a little more fat. And then also too, if it's like, holy crap, I know I won't be able to, I know I won't be able to train for 4 hours. I would do potatoes
Oh.
as a pre-workout thing because those have fiber and those are the most satiating food as well, because you don't want to be really hungry in a workout or at the beginning of a workout because that's not a good mental state to be in. But
Yeah.
potatoes, and then I also would add some beef or something like that because that would be a little more satiating, get you fuller throughout the workout. You could also do oatmeal. That is very satiating as well. That is very slow digesting with the fiber. And then so I would do that with some protein powder, then some nut butter as well. That'd be a perfect meal if it was like 4 hours that you needed to do that before training. And then obviously you could just like pack a pack of kiwi and then right before have a kiwi like that.
Yeah.
And then like that's just kind of basic what I do for like pre-training. And then like recovery and post-training, that's where you can really have like something pretty high fat. Like you could have something like a steak. Like you could have that
Yeah. Look at
steak and
that.
like steak and potatoes, steak and rice. Like you could have like, oh, like I said,
Steak
like
and
you have like oatmeal like that. That'd
yeah.
be something you could have a post workout if you want to stay full. And like you don't even have to eat it like really close to like the workout. Like it can literally be like full. Like some people can work out and go to bed after and like wait, and you wake up in the morning and eat. Like that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like it might not be the most optimal, but like if that's you and you're not hungry after a workout, like go ahead and do that. I don't know
No
who's
need.
I don't know who's not hungry after a workout, but
Yeah,
I'm usually starving after a workout.
double on that. I always look forward to having a nice meal after a good workout.
Yeah, and I would try limiting fructose intake as well, and maybe antioxidants as well before and after a workout, because I'm trying to think of what it was I saw online. It was like, no, I'm always saying that like I was a thing. Like it was a study, and like it's a like, known fact. Like I'm pretty sure it's and like, well, I don't know what it is. Like I know for sure antioxidants can kind of prevent muscle growth there. So if you're like
Mm-hmm.
having like high amounts of antioxidants before and after a workout, that can kind of like limit like muscle growth. But like I don't know too much on that, but that's just like something I know as a factor. But like I have I have a kiwi pre-workout, so and that has
Yeah,
vitamin C, but it's not like a crazy amount. But
yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so much underlining stuff that I feel like the common the common person doesn't even know about how much
mhm.
food actually impacts certain stuff and whatnot. But yeah, it
Yeah,
was a great
we can
little
kind of go into the second portion with that too. It's like
yeah.
it's kind of metabolism and through diet and activity. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do something like this.
Ooh,
I'm
we're
gonna go
surprised.
trying to go like this. There we go. On the fly here. Bad podcasting, as the real talk
Yeah, we
podcast, my
are.
favorite podcast would say. But there's a second one. I kind of like
Ooh,
that.
look at that. Look at that.
But it's kind of the second portion is metabolism through diet and activity. Kind of goes into that after nutrition. So let's kind of go with basic metabolism, and I can kind of pop up this too. But
Yeah.
with your basic metabolism, it runs off of this type of system, and I can share my screen if this can. That's crazy. Maybe I can. I don't know. I think that's
This
fine.
this is our first podcast, everyone. So
Yeah, I'm pretty
we
good with this.
are
So I kind of got like a little bit of a. There we
we
go.
are there
That
will
was
be
pretty good.
technical
You can see
difficulties.
it now, or not. You can't see it, but we'll go like this.
Boom.
Boom. All right. So this is your total daily energy expenditure chart, and what this is it's a breakdown of how your energy expenditure, or how much energy you're burning throughout the day, how much calories you're burning throughout the day, is shown on the graph. It's how it's spread throughout. So right here is your basal metabolic rate, your BMR, or some people call it your RMR, your resting metabolic rate. And that is basically how many calories like it takes for you to stay alive, like for you to breathe, for your brain to function, for your organs to function, for everything to go smooth. And that takes up about 70% of that number of how much energy it takes for you to survive and whatnot. And it's like your total energy that you spent on the day just doing whatever. And then right here from 70% up to about 85% is your NEAT, aka your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, meaning it's like it's non-planned. You're just going out throughout your day and your movements that you're doing. Like maybe you're like climbing up a ladder, like moving something off the top shelf,
Mm-hmm.
walking at the park, or like walking in the park because you're going to like a baseball game or something like that, like walking in the grocery store. Like you're not planning to do that activity, but it's still like very, very like not very, very taxing. It's like it's impactful on like your energy expenditure. So that takes calories to do that movement. And then TEE is thermogenic effect of food. Like I said, with protein, that is going to be very energy spending to break down that macronutrient. So that will burn calories as well. And that is a big portion. That is about like 15% of what your daily calorie burn is. And then you look at this
Mm-hmm.
5% portion, which I always laugh about. Is like
Eat.
people think you need to do endless amounts of cardio, endless amounts of like running on the treadmill, like going on that like stairmasters, but like it literally
Oh
makes up
yeah.
5% of your like daily calories. Like like my morning, I had to go to the what do you call it, the gym today this morning because it was
Mm-hmm.
raining outside and couldn't do my walking outside. But like I literally like never look at your watch and saying how many calories you burn, but like I could literally burn probably like 300 calories. But like this thing said like 400, so I was like looking
Yeah.
down below. Like I probably burned like 300 calories during that time. Like that is a crazy amount. Like the number at the BMR number is probably around like, for me, it's probably at like 2,000 calories or something like that. Or like probably not like 2,300 because my maintenance is around 3,000 with the activity I do. So like, and then going through all that other stuff. So it's pretty crazy, but people always make such a big deal about it, and they probably shouldn't, because frankly, it doesn't mean exercise and cardio, like doesn't mean a crazy amount. Like I said in my video before, it is the key is not the engine of fat loss. Like if the goal is fat loss, if the goal is fat loss, like the car is fat loss, cardio isn't the engine that runs fat loss. That's your BMR, like it's your RMR, and fat loss isn't, like, and cardio isn't that. So that's my little analogy of that.
Yeah, but, I like that. Give us a little intro on that and stuff through.
But then that's all can be affected, like your metabolism is affected, like I said, by your activity levels, but that BMR is also like your weight and height is also a thing. Genetics is also a thing, but like that, don't get me wrong, genetics is a thing, but it's like 100 calorie difference thing. It's not like I ate 800 calories and I gained weight. Like, no.
Yeah. Not.
No, no you didn't. I ate 1,200 calories and I gained weight. No, you didn't. There's studies on very low calorie restrictions. Like, I'm gonna try pulling it up here just so I can. That's a nice thing of having a computer right here. I can look up my things.
No, just.
I need to pull up a PubMed. Where's my PubMed?
PubMed.
There we go. Boom. This is kind of like a cheap cop out, but who cares? It's like it's not landing like super serious, but it's there we go. Ooh, so this is just a study on here. It's just a review of a study, and they just blah, blah, blah. I was talking about very low calorie diets, which is an average intake of 400 and 800 kilocalories. Do not differ in body weight loss. What did that? Oh yeah, it was a review over 9 randomized controlled trials. So that was like the gold standard for like when you're doing a trial, like a trial or like a study and stuff like that. And like a very low calorie diet treatment with long-term weight loss maintenance. Blah, blah, blah. Which ranged from 7 to 122%. Wow. And then there's evidence of greater initial weight loss using very low calorie diets with active follow-up maintenance, including behavior therapy, nutritional education, exercise, and improved weight maintenance. In conclusion, very low calorie diets with an active follow-up treatment seems to be one of the most better treatments or modalities related to long-term weight maintenance success.
Ooh, look at that.
So wow, if you eat in a calorie deficit, you lose weight.
That is crazy.
Let me just stop sharing the screen now. But
crazy how that works.
Part of number 2 now is kind of like, or this is number 3, but we'll say it's number 3. The mental side of dieting. Yeah. We'll kind of go into that here. I'll change the banner.
That can be huge.
So people can do that.
Mental health is slowly creeping into our generation. So to combat this, we got some of just some stuff.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like disordered eating that goes on with dieting and stuff like that. People have like a wrong mindset. That's why like learning proper nutrition is like the best way to do it, because you're not starving. You're not gonna be starving yourself. You know you're eating the proper foods, and you know you're just gonna be nourishing your body and not like going down a dark rabbit hole. Because everyone knows the beginning part of your diet. You're like, what am I supposed to do? And you're like eating way too little calories. Like, yeah, you can look a lot better too if you like had like a good program from the start. But I would say like even at maintenance too, like if you're like trying to eat clean, and like after like you're done with a diet, or just like trying to eat clean, like because you like the way you look, like that can be really challenging, because like there's still so many like outside factors that like affect you mentally. Like people wanting to ask you like, can we go out to eat? Can we do this? Can we do that? And it's like, do you want to go drink? And it's like there's so many factors there that people like, like they fall to the peer pressure and stuff like that. And like I think people, if they realize that their goal, like what their priorities are, and what their goal is, and if they remind themselves of that, I feel like that's a big tool to like really know. It's like, I know that and also too, this is another thing I always think of that helps me mentally. It's like the things that you really, really want, let's just say like this candy, this ice cream, or whatever this sweet treat is, or like big burger and juicy fries or whatever. Like, just know that those things are such an abundance. Like, know that we have an infinite amount of those foods. So there's no need to worry that it's not going to be there. And that once you're done, that you can have it. And then you need to just make sure that you are doing the things that you need to do to maintain that, but also having your favorite foods. But I would also say too,
no need to suffer.
Mental, like the mental sides, like just like that, like I said, with like hunger and stuff like that, like that's part of the mental side, like with hunger and stuff like that. Like so diet soda is one thing that helps me mentally greatly. It's a great, like you saw me sipping that Sunkiss earlier, like that's a great sweet treat.
I thought that's terrible for you.
Yeah,
we'll get into that later.
You'll explode.
Right.
But like diet soda is a great thing. Scheduled meal times. I eat the same time or the day it is every single day, because I want to make sure that I'm on a set schedule and that I am not interfering sleep. I'm not interfering the fat loss that I want in the beginning of the day, and just my overall day. Like I want to know when I eat and my body's not like starving. Like don't get me wrong, like you're gonna be hungry, but like not like the holy crap, I'm starving. Like you don't want that. That's when the mental sides get in. So that's one thing that I found immensely. So eating at the same times every day, going to bed at the same times every day, waking up the same time every day, that helps. Oh, I'm gonna burp here.
Find your routine that works for you, because you can always, like you said, you can always find alternate foods that you enjoy and stuff, and just the things that make you go.
The best diet is the one that you can adhere to for as long as possible.
Yes.
And then another thing too is just eating a wide variety diet. Like don't get me wrong, eat the same foods every single day too. Like there's problem with that, but like I'm saying, like mix things up sometimes. Like I'm not saying like eat the same things like and like that. Like you can have like fruits, like I'm saying like eat fruits and stuff like every single day, but like they're just not the same fruits. Like mix it up sometimes, like that, because your body just gets used to the same foods over and over again. I feel like that's like when people like, oh, I need to have chicken all the time. Like switch it up. Like stop having damn chicken. Like if you hate chicken, stop having it. Like if you hate tuna, why are you eating tuna? If you hate beef, you hate red meat, why are you eating red meat? Like it, like I always say, like obviously you should be eating red meat, but if you can't and you don't like it, like you don't have to eat it. Like that's the thing.
Go to your chicken fish,
If you don't like almond butter, try a different one. Like like stuff like that. Like there's so many different things out there. Like try different like that kind of goes perfectly into the next one. Like try and find different alternatives to like foods that you enjoy. Like or even like try the fit foods that you enjoy. Like I said, like in my other video past, go check that one out if you haven't. Like I said, like
YouTube.
You want to I have Cliff Z bars, like I mentioned today too. Like I have Z bars, like those like have like sugar and stuff like that. Be like, oh, those aren't healthy, but like use them at the right times. Like I use the foods that you like, maybe that sugary treat that you want. Have a pack. You like Skittles a lot, maybe have a pack of Skittles before the workout and stuff like that. Like use those things to your advantage. Like, hey, you love Skittles, and like, well, that's gonna be awesome. You'll have motivation there, because like, holy crap, like I just had a pack of Skittles. Like today's been awesome. Like, and then and maybe you control yourself too. Like I'm only having this half a pack now and then half a pack after the workout. Like, dude, like that's perfect. Like you're pacing yourself. You're finding things that you like and enjoy that you can implement into your diet. Like if you stay in the calorie deficit, that is perfect. So that's one thing I would recommend. Like find the foods that you enjoy, find alternatives to things that you enjoy. You're gonna have great success.
Yeah.
And then kind of the next one, this is a big one, is training. And with training and stuff like that, like I feel like people don't really understand, or they feel like they have an understanding, but then they look online, they're like, what the crap? I'm not doing anything right. So let's go.
The influencers.
Yeah, like I should edit this first. Training, I should do the training and cardio there, because that is a huge portion of it. Because we want to do the whole shebang here.
I'm going to give you all the information that you are going to
There you
need.
go. So training is a big thing. Let's start off with cardio. With cardio, I recommend, just for cardiovascular health, I recommend getting about 60 minutes of any high level activity, like where you're probably in like a elevated heart rate. I'd say probably around 130 heart rate, 140 heart rate, at least 60 minutes a week. So that could be broken up anywhere between 10 minutes. You could do, let's just say
Simple.
this. Let's just say you work out 4 times a week and you wanted to do just the elevated cardio after your workout. And you just did that 15 minutes every single time. 15 minutes, 15 minutes. That's 60 minutes for the week. Perfect.
Boom.
And then that's one thing that I do for cardio. You can do that, but like you can do as much as that. Like I do literally like planned cardio that's on a machine. That's cardio, that it's on a machine and you're planning to do it like that. I do that. Like I do that after my workout. I do 15 to 20 minutes on the Stairmaster. That's it. And I do 6 to 7 level. That's all I do. And I get a really good sweat. My heart rate's around 150 and it's perfect because it's not too much. My legs, even after a leg day, like dude, my legs are fine the next day. Like they're a little sore, don't get me wrong, but it's not affecting my training because I don't want to affect my training. And I'll go into kind of steps. We'll go into the step count next because it kind of is the same thing. But for step counts, like
sure.
every single morning when I wake up on training days, which are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, because I do upper lower split 4 times a week, I do not do like hard cardio at all. I wake up in the morning, I hydrate, whatever, do all my stuff, and then I walk I walk outside for an hour, 50 minutes to 60 minutes. That's all I do. And then that's basically just going to give me about 6,000 steps ish. And then I try doing total steps throughout the day. That's including like I said, the neat, and then like doing the Stairmaster too. About 15,000. That's what I get through per day. 16,000 really depends. Like some days I might get more, some days are less. It equals out to around then. So that's what I plan for. And then I would say start with as minimal amount as planned exercise machine cardio as possible, because if you can just eat less, well, I'm not saying eat less, but like you'd rather want to do more steps and get away with doing less at first to where it's not such a burden. That's another thing I kind of with the mental portion is like, if you can don't start off doing 2 hours of cardio right away. Like you're just going to burn out. Don't start off doing an hour cardio a day. Like literally just do 15 minutes after a workout, and then like just walk outside and get like, I would honestly recommend even too, if someone was like needed to lose 60 pounds, literally just get 20,000 steps a day. And I don't care how you get them, but like it doesn't need, like I can say you can get them all like walking outside, or you can get them all on a treadmill. So
same
suck
thing.
on a treadmill or whatever. Like
yeah,
it would suck. Like don't get around like 20,000, like 10,000 steps, walking a mile outside and walking a mile like on a treadmill, like on like setting 3 or whatever, like whatever, like that might value different outcomes. And like obviously even an incline is going to make more resistance and like harder for you, so you're going to burn a little bit more and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like picking a cardio option that works for you and that gets you into a caloric deficit, more of a caloric deficit, is better. So like if it's better for you to walk outside all the time, walk outside all the time. If it's better for you to do planned cardio, do that. Like it's pretty that simple. But like do enough to where it aids in fat loss, but don't do too much to where it's taking away from your training, because training is what's really is important, because you want to keep your muscle mass and because like once you lose fat around your muscles, it makes you look a lot bigger than you actually are. Like but don't get me wrong, like when you're lean and you put a shirt on, you lose your physique. Like you literally get a sleeper build. Like most guys do that are pretty lean. Like you get a sleeper build. And then when you take off your shirt, people are like, "Oh, you're just really, really shredded." Like,
holy crap!
And then it just hides your physique. But yeah, that's just one thing to do. Is just worrying about your just plugging this thing in. Worrying about your fatigue. You know, you don't want to be too sore going into the next workout. Like you don't want to be like have your like CNS, your central nervous system fatigue. You don't want to have that like out of the wazoo. from maybe doing too many sets to doing whatever. Like you're doing too much cardio. Like too much cardio is a huge killer. People are doing like really high intense like stairmasters for like 45 minutes. Like and also too, like do your cardio. If you're gonna do cardio, like if you didn't do it in the morning fasted or whatever, like if it's, don't do it close to training. If it's anywhere between 3 or 2 to 3 hours before training, I would not do it. If it's 4 hours before training, sure. Like if you finish and there was like 3.5 hours, 4 hours, like sure. And then you just be better off doing it after the cardio or after your training session, because think about it. When's the next time you're going to be training? Probably around that time the next day.
Yeah.
So and then so you have all that time from after your workout to recover, but also you're doing cardio basically then too. So you have basically, if you worked out at 3 o'clock and then blah blah, you finished around, or like you finished at 3 o'clock and you did your cardio then, like just say you worked out around that time the next day, like you're all rested from that cardio. It's not like you did cardio before then, like the next morning. So I'd say that it's just a better option, and you're not gassing yourself out before a workout, because working out
Keeping
is
with that mental. Yeah, for sure.
And then now we can go to the lifting portion, which is kind of like my favorite topic, because for dieters, especially, people feel like you just need to be in the gym constantly, like 6 days a week, which is just not true. Don't get me wrong. You can be, I'm in the gym 7 days a week, but it's not in the way that they think. It's, I'm in the gym lifting 4 times a week, in the gym the other 3 days in the morning, 60 minutes only, like on the treadmill. So on the 20 minutes Stairmaster, 30 to 40 minutes incline treadmill, like 9 incline, like out of like 15 or 14. So but like it's
I feel like that's what people
like
get.
You don't need to lift that much, and like you don't need to do that much. It's like
you get the old bro split.
Yeah, like people will be like,
think they need to,
like, don't get me wrong, like you can grow on a bro, like all those other splits. Like I'm not saying those are not bad at all. Like I'm not saying, like, if anyone says those splits are bad at all, like they're an idiot. Like that you just be neglecting like years of growth from people.
Yeah, right.
But like a bro split, like you're still hitting things like a couple times a week, but it's like involuntary. You know what I mean? Like you're not like directly hitting your biceps, but like, dude, like you're hitting like back on some days. So there's some bicep activation, and like you're maybe like, they're like, don't get me wrong, and like, and then you're doing chest and stuff like that. But then like there's also shoulders involved with that, triceps, and maybe if you have an arm day with that, like there's triceps again. So like you're hitting things multiple times a week. So I mean, like it's still that principle, but like I'd say like hitting a muscle like anywhere between 2 to 3 times a week, doesn't matter what, equal, there doesn't matter, but I don't care, 2 to 3 times a week, just a muscle group. And anywhere for that muscle group to be around, I would say anywhere between like 3 to 10 weekly sets or something like that for the muscle group. And that's like, because that's I'd say that's just a rough estimate, because someone could do more and be perfectly fine, but some people could do less and be like, someone can do 2 and like be growing, like, okay, like sure, but like I don't think that'd be possible. But like play around with yourself, and like I'd say if you could be in the gym 2 to 5 times a week, like I said, like you could do like a bro split where it's like you're in the gym 5 times a week, like you have like a modified bro split with the upper day and stuff like that, like I did for you, and
push pull
like that, like there's stuff
lower.
you can do, like a push pull upper lower, stuff like that, like so it's kind of nice. And like you still in the gym 5 days a week, but then 2 rest days, which is nice. But like you can also do upper lower. You're doing like what I always say this, like do the upper lower 4 days a week. If you know you have maybe like plan it to where you know that you can go to the gym at those times. Like I'm trying to like word like this. Like my Wednesdays are like my busiest days, so I would not want to work out that day. But those days before on there, I can. So I'm like, well, Monday, Tuesday, rest Wednesday, and then lift Thursday, Friday, and then rest on the weekend is most logical. Because then like weekend, I can work on homework. There's college football on. There's
NFL now. Go
on
Vikings.
the weekend. So like it's like, and then I can hang with friends and stuff like that too. So I don't have to worry about the gym. And then with my schedule of school, it just works out because when I go to the gym, it's like the least busiest times, like during the day, which is really nice.
Perfect.
But and then you can also do full body 3 times a week, or full body every other day, people say, but full body 3 times a week, you can do that as well. But that's a little bit more harder to program. And like all this comes down to is like if you're taking sets, like I would like people say like taking a set to failure is like bad. Like, no, it's not bad, but like it's like causing more fatigue. And like it is causing more fatigue, but like if people are bad at gauging like reps in reserve, like if you're gonna do a set of 8 and that was like and you fail on 8 and like you should have and like in the next set like and you could have done like and you maybe but like you did 8 and you failed, but like you did 7 and then you stopped after 7, that would be 7 1 RIR. Like so 7 reps, 1 rep in reserve because you could have done 8, but you did 7. And that's actually like that is like just as stimulating as the as going to failure, but the last rep is actually more fatiguing. So each subsequent each subsequent set after that is less efficient if you went to failure. So that's not to like scare anyone from going to failure, because I go to failure sometimes too, because today I like because my last session in for lower that week before, I did 235 in the leg extension for 6 reps, 1 RIR. And I'm like, okay, I knew for a fact that day too, I couldn't have done like I knew it was 1 RIR, but like it would have been like, like a heavy RIR, heavy last rep and stuff like that. So it was like it was a true last rep. It would have been 1 rep in reserve. And like if I can get 8.0 RIR, that would be progress, because I knew then I got 8. I didn't get that last time. I wouldn't have gotten it 8 or no. Hold up. Sorry. No, yeah, 8. Yeah, sorry. 7 RIR, 1 RIR. Yeah, 8 would have been a rep improvement. And I literally got 8 1 RIR, which was crazy. Like I kind of got 1 more rep. And like a little hack on the leg extension actually too is wearing straps and strapping it into there, because that's another machine. Keep your butt on the machine. If you raise it up, it's too heavy. It's going to push you forward. So if you strap in and you keep your butt on the seat, it helps you keep your butt on the seat. Like it wrecks your hands and you get really bad calluses, because like especially you have the rubber portions on there, but like on the grips on the straps. But it holds you down really well. And like don't lean forward, keep a positive stack. Your spine's neutral. It's in a good position. And they always say like lean forward more on the thing and like push the seat back more and stuff like that. So you get more like your hips are more extended and stuff like that. But if that's like bothering you, don't do that. Like I always play around with it. Like I might do one set, like maybe one more. It's like one back, and I see how that feels. And then it's like, oh, like I felt kind of like I was going to come up a little bit more easier. I wasn't able to maintain more of a stack. And then so I went back to that one. I was like, yeah, that felt like I was able to like fully get through. Yeah. So it's playing around with it, seeing works best for you. And then making sure your form is also too like really, really good, because if you aren't doing your form well and you're just bullshitting on the movements, you're not actually doing it. Like an upper back row is one of the most like poorly executed movements I've seen, because like if you're trying to work your upper back, you want to have your elbows at a 45-degree angle. And once they move at the 45-degree angle, they're retracting your scaps. So they're retracting. And that's when you do the motion. And having your a more 45-degree angle, that's what works that movement better. And people like when they do a row and stuff like that, they always like put their elbows in. They always tuck the elbows in when they're doing it. And that's like working more lats. And like people just do not need to do that. And people when you're doing a chest supported row, keep your dang chest on the pad. Don't do spine extension. Extend your spine and like arch your back, back extension. Like don't do that. Same thing with lat pull downs. Like don't arch the back. Stop. No arch zone. Like
no arch.
No, we are not arching on our movements. Same with like a incline chest press or like any chest press. Like I used to be the thing like, yeah, like really go like this and stuff.
Oh, that.
Like don't do that. Trust me.
Just like flat dumbbell.
My old coach, Sebastian Burka, he ever since he started, I remember seeing him talking about like a no arching and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, I feel my chest way more on movements and like focusing on breathing and maintaining a stack. Dude, you feel much more movements and like you're able to fully like, dude, my chest has gotten a lot stronger, which is really nice. Good. But maintain tip. Like making like good form and stuff. Like we're going back to that, but like an assisted pull up. Don't arch your back. Like don't maintain. That's one of the best things ever, because like the middle portion of that machine is open, so you can fully get through the top of it.
Yep.
And like
Yes.
the goal of hitting your lats, shoulder extension, which is this, a rowing movement, your shoulders extending down to the hip, and then shoulder adduction towards the hip, like this. So that'd be a frontal plane pull, like your regular this, so or your pull up. So you think about pulling your elbows to your hips when you're doing that, like, and getting a little bit wider of a grip maybe, or like a comfortable wide grip. I'm saying try those and do those, and like keeping a neutral spine, not extending and arching your back, and keeping it still throughout, dude. But your lats are gonna grow. Your lats are gonna get massive.
Insane.
And then I'm trying to think of anything else to like trying to think. Calves.
Oh
If
yeah.
you still do the sitting calf machine, like where your cat, like your legs are like this, like these are your feet, like your feet are down here, or like your legs down here and your thighs like this. That toss that machine in the junk, dude. That thing doesn't work.
I think
If you're
our gym had that, right? I think.
Yeah, and they got rid of it, but like I'm trying to. I never had a picture of it on here, but I deleted it by accident. But it was from a study that showed calf activation and the bent position, the bent knee position versus the straight legged position, and like they're saying that the bent knee supposedly whatever targeted the soleus more, but then they saw that the straight legged position actually targeted the soleus and the gastroc, which is the calves, both gastrocs, like way better. And it's like blew it out of the water. So like it's pointless to do that. Like that thing did nothing because the bent knee, it needs to be, and it was weird. That's one of the only muscles too, like are the calves and the soleus. Like they need to be in a stretched position that they grow best. So like sitting in the bottom position for 2-3 seconds and then going to like neutral, or if you like it going all the way to the top, you can't. But like I'd say prioritize the bottom, the mid position. So that's kind of like a lengthened partial-ish.
Look at that. Yeah.
And then I would say to like if you're stretching like an upper lower split, like you can like if you need to be squatting, at least doing a squat pattern like a leg press or a squat, like at least like one of your lower days, if not both days as well. It person dependent. Don't be skipping glutes, don't be skipping adductors, don't be skipping abs. I'd say abs, you only need to be hitting. This is what I do abs. I do abs on my rest days before my cardio. In the mornings, I do 2 sets of ab crunch. That's all you need to do. Spinal flexion. Do not move your pelvis. Do not move your hip, like your hips. Like keep your hips in place and just flex at the spine. Think about just like bringing your eyes down to your belly button. Just think about that. Like do not, and like don't move your hips up or down. Like don't move that. Like keep it still and go down like that. And then that's kind of it really. And then basically just don't overtrain it. Don't overtrain, man. That's you do too many sets, you're not going to recover from, and just find what works best for you. That I'm not going to tell you that this is the best thing. This is what works best. You can only do this because you're an idiot if you say stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you nailed that on the head.
We can go on the number 5 here, which is I can get the banner up, which is good old one that everyone loves talking about. The one that everyone loves.
Oh, hey-o.
I got a little different one.
Look at that.
Yeah. Number
surprising us.
Good old supplements. And I kind of have this little supplements, like people always believe that they're like the cure. People think they're the cure, that they think that the magic pill that they need to get shredded, to fix their problems, to fix whatever. And they are just not. I think a lot of the problems arise because of obesity. People have these things that they want to fix, and it's literally because of obesity, like are causing these chronic diseases and conditions to rise. So things to get over these, obviously fixing your diet and stuff like that. But like supplements can be useful in this aspect, but they're a tool, not a crutch.
Yeah. Which ones? Yeah. If you were to kind of just put your like top ones that you think we should get, because I know you take this very seriously and you've done your research. Which ones would you kind of like recommend, like taking, like prioritize? Because some of our listeners are probably going to be on that budget and stuff, and dropping $60 for stuff could be that. But Which ones do you think would definitely be worth it?
Assuming they're eating a healthy nutritional
Yeah.
diet
Yep.
that's
Yes.
at maintenance or 100 or slightly above maintenance, but healthy or in a caloric deficit and eating healthy. Omega-3s, so fatty acids, fatty fish and stuff like that, like the omega-3s, getting those in because you're not eating enough fatty fish. No one is. Creatine, that's fairly cheap as well.
It's the big one.
Whey protein, you can get a cheap source of that. Make sure it's not too cheap where it's like junk quality, but like you can get a good quality whey for a decent price. Magnesium, like I said, you can take that at night before going to bed. Potentially citrus bergamot if you're into your heart health, like in lowering your cholesterol and stuff like that, or like just having overall
big.
Cholesterol. So having that,
especially if that runs in your family, right?
That's why I figured,
that.
And then vitamin D3 and K2, 5,000 IUs of D3 and about roughly 100 to 200 micrograms of K2. And then those are kind of like my only ones that I would say that you should have. And then
what about like a multivitamin? Like what are your thoughts on that?
A multi too. Yeah, if you can't afford one, get one that's like multiple capsules per serving, like HD Muscle, Gorilla, Echovision. Echovision is a really budget friendly, really good one. That's a really good one too. For like you can get 365 serving for like $60.
Boom.
You get and it's well dosed. That's well dosed and everything you need. So like
perfect.
I think that's what I'm gonna get next. But another one, HD Muscle, Gorilla Mode. But like if you literally get one of the cheap ones, they're like the store brand ones, just take 2 of them. Perfect. I'd say that's fine. 2 of them. And you're probably good. It's just kind of like a blanket for your nutrition.
Yeah. And I think I cut you off on a little like your maybes.
Oh yeah, maybe N-acetylcysteine. I'll look it up and share it my screen.
Boom, we're gonna get the.
Here we go.
I like this. Ooh.
Oh yeah. So N-acetylcysteine, it's NAC is labeled. Nutrition costs, you can get all their stuff free. Not free, but like cheap. And it's on Amazon. That's again, this is their website, but like this stuff does a lot of stuff for the body, like testosterone support, lung function, immune function. It's a precursor to glutathione, which is a powerful antioxidant, and that is produced in the liver. But N-acetylcysteine is used for a lot of things. If you're sick, I would have 1,200 milligrams of this every single day, along with like 2 to 3 or a gram of vitamin C 3 times a day for like a week or whatever until you feel better like that. So this is something I'd say like, yeah, you probably should have, but I'm not going to tell you to get it. And then another one are electrolytes, and electrolytes are stuff that get a really bad buzz. Can you still see my screen, right?
Yep. Oh yeah. This is my favorite too.
They do get a bad buzz. Like they are really good. I use these. I use Echovision's electrolytes. I just ordered some more
limit salts, baby.
And it's like salt is a thing that so many people in the American diet eat too much of. So if they're eating too much salt, there's no reason to add more salt, like a high amount of salt too. Like these are 1,000 milligrams. Like people already have too much. So if you are not eating a balanced diet to where you're eating whole foods and prioritizing your own health, you are not going to be healthy. You're not going to need these, and these are going to only worsen your health. Because if you look at my daily totals for like a salt breakdown, I don't know if you can see that, but it's that one right there.
A little rough, but
13,000 milligrams, or not 13,000, 1,300 milligrams of sodium for the day, and that's not including seasonings. So like maybe seasonings might get it to like 1,000 more, but like that's not for like sweating and stuff too. Like you're gonna need a supplement if you're eating a whole food diet that you're cooking all your food yourself, because that stuff doesn't have added sodium. So that's where it's like, okay, you can use these, but if you're eating a bunch of prepackaged foods, that's where like, even if you're in a calorie deficit and like you're trying to lose weight, these things might not be useful to you because you're not drinking enough water, you're not having enough potassium, you're having too much sodium from maybe prepackaged foods that like you're eating. Like stuff can be really healthy, like Amy Lou chicken sausages, 130 calories, 16 grams of protein, apple Gouda is the flavor. They're so good. But like 2 of them is like 600 milligrams of sodium, or like I think it's like no, it's more.
Yeah.
It's like one of them is like 400 or
Jeez,
500,
yeah.
so like 1,500 milligrams. Like if you're not monitoring anything else, like if you don't have enough potassium, you may have those twice a day. Like that's 3,000 milligrams right there from food. And imagine if you had electrolyte packets on top of it, and if you didn't really sweat that much, like you're just putting yourself in a bad position. Like that's why I say like they're meant for the people that are sweating, eating whole foods, cooking their own foods, and having a well-balanced diet, and aren't in a calorie deficit or are healthy.
Perfect. Yeah.
And aren't at risk for hypertension. And then the last one would be pre-workout. I mean, people know what pre-workout is, like, so I'm not going to sit here and like show up a picture of pre-workout. But pre-workout, it can definitely help you like perform better in the gym, make you feel better, and get you more energized. But people abuse caffeine so much, like energy drinks. Like energy drinks can be part of this too. But I'd say limit your caffeine to about 400 milligrams a day, 500 milligrams a day at most. And try not to have caffeine. I'm going to say 7 to 10 hours before bed. It's person dependent too. Someone might have caffeine 5 hours before bed and be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Someone might have it. Someone might have that and be like they be up until like 3 a.m. And then like vice versa for like the later for like a later time. Like someone might have it at 12 o'clock and 12 p.m. and feel like they're awake at like 1 o'clock. Like I can't fall asleep even though they had it at 12 or afternoon. So it's all person dependent. But I would say like I had that Sunkist that had 30 milligrams. That wasn't that much, but that was at like 4 o'clock. So like 4:30. So I mean that's not bad.
Geez, we've been going for a minute.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's fun talking.
Yeah, but, get to yap with your hometown buddy. You get going.
But like pre-workout, I mean, like that has a lot of other added benefits and added ingredients to it. But like if you're on a budget, it can be expensive, and there are budget-friendly pre-workout one. Like the C-Bum Essential one is really good. It's like $30 for 30 servings. So and it's a well-balanced pre-workout. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit out on my butt and say like you need to get pre-workout because it's a somewhat expensive product. So I would say it's not necessary. You'd be better off buying caffeine capsules and just having those before workout, because that's like the main driver of pre-workouts that actually drive performance. So get those, and then get caffeine powder and scoop. Or I know caffeine powder is like a little dangerous because people like over scoop it, but like get a caffeine capsule, put in a little drink, and then it's like a flavored drink, and just drink that. Like that's your pre-workout.
Yeah, boom, simple. But yeah, so those were your top supplements, and then some of your maybes in there. I think you kind of hit the main ones there. So
yeah,
probably rolling into our next topic.
Yes, I already got popped up, but sleep, it's self-explanatory, man. I mean, like
I think
get your 7 to 10 hours. I say 7 to 9, 7 to 10 hours. 10 hours is a little overkill, but if that's what gets you restful sleep, go ahead. Anything more than that's probably overkill. It's might make you more drowsy the next day and more tired. Even if you sleep 6 hours a night and you feel fine, go ahead. And you're growing perfectly fine. Like you sleep 5 hours a night and you feel fine, that's perfectly fine. Like a couple nights of sleep a week won't kill you. But like I'm not going to always say like I'm not going to be like a couple nights a week won't kill you. But then like don't go up there and be like, well, you said a couple nights a week won't kill you. I stayed up till 2 p.m. and woke up at 7. Like no, like, and you felt like crap. Like obviously if you're putting yourself in a bad position. I'm saying like maybe you got 6.5 hours of sleep or 7 hours of sleep that 1 week. That's that one day I was talking about. Like that's the type of error I'm talking about. I'm not talking I got 4 or 5 hours of sleep 3-4 nights this week. I'm like,
that might hurt.
And with sleep, I always say this is know when you're going to be going to bed that night well before, because then you can plan your night before, like your like wind down time, where you're turning off blue lights, having your blue light glasses on, putting on your lamp blue on light. The corner,
blue light, I guess,
like your lamp behind you, having that, like having those light, like the softer lights, like the warm lights, or that's actually better and more like sleep inducing, and then like bright fluorescent lights and stuff like that, and like blue lights from a screen. And then I would also say just setting a timer every single day, even if you don't have to get up for anything, if you don't have any obligations that day, let's just say if it's Saturday, like don't get me wrong, like everyone's like, oh, I had a work week, I had school this week, I just want to sleep in. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but like I still wake up every single day at like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Even Saturday. Like I wake up at like 6:30, 7 a.m. because
I'm
like
on a schedule
I'm so
as
prone.
well.
I'm so scheduled. And like nothing's better than on a weekend for me. Like I also set a timer for like, even if I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna like sleep in this week. I'll still set a timer for like 8 o'clock. Like even if I'm like, because I'm like, dude, I don't want to like rot in bed. Like this,
Yeah.
this
No
and like
need.
it just teaches you to have a set thing, because it helps you fall asleep better too when you like getting up right away and then like going to bed, trying to go to bed right away. It just like promotes better sleep.
Yeah.
And then sleep, I said you can supplement with magnesium, which you should be.
Oh, yeah.
And then also an optional one could be a sleep aid product, but not necessary whatsoever. You could just have like, if you want to, a very cheap sleep aid product is having 5 grams of glycine, which is an amino acid. Just take 5 grams of glycine at night. It's a sweet one too, so that will help you fall asleep. You could also do that.
Perfect. Yeah.
And then I would also say too, mouth tape, cheap mouth tape. I'll grab it since it's right here. But this is the 3M one. This, I got like 3 rolls of this, and this is like maybe not halfway through. This is like a fifth of the way through, and I got it for like $4, 3 of these rolls. So you don't need to buy some expensive mouth tape that's ripping you off, ripping off your wallet.
Ripping off the wallet. Well, yeah, I think you kind of nailed sleep pretty well. Like you said, it's pretty self-explanatory and stuff. Getting that 7 to 10 hours with maybe glycine and stuff in there, but I think some of the bulk or the next topic.
We got a good one here. I'm excited for these because everyone loves like the good old myths of of like anything, like with nutrition and training. The whole fitness space is like that. So I got one here that people find, I don't know if you've seen, but is that people say that fruit, like since it contains sugar, fructose, people,
it's bad. Yeah,
it's bad for you. Like Trump's trying to get rid of he got rid of high fructose corn syrup in the soda, and it's cane sugar now. Well, yeah, the stuff that, like, if you actually look at the if you look at like what high fructose corn syrup is, it's either high fructose 45 or high fructose 55. And that's usually high fructose 55 and that stuff. So meaning it's 55% high fructose corn syrup and 45% glucose. Whereas cane, or just like regular table sugar, like, or cane sugar, is 50% and 50%. Yeah. What's a 5% difference? Freaking nothing for your health.
Nothing.
It's still sugar. So people think that since it's a high fruit has a high fructose content, and the way it's digested in the body, that it's bad for you and you can get fat from it. Like, it's a health food. They contain a myriad of health benefits for eating them, and vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. So that is just one of the myths that you can just completely avoid. And if someone says that, they're an idiot. Like if they say a certain fruit is bad, a certain vegetable is bad, like people say like people say vegetables are bad because the plant defense chemicals, when you like, they're gonna kill you, like, or they're gonna harm you, like, and you have to you'll be dumping the oxalates. That the oxalates will be killing you in the leafy greens. But yeah, don't listen to those people. And like another one that and these are myths and mistakes. I kind of put this down for a mistake. People only focusing about calories in, calories out. Like that's kind of like a myth. Like only focusing on that. Like that is like true, but if you're under people are under consuming vegetables and fruits doing this, like you're gonna feel really crappy. Like if you're eating processed foods in a calorie deficit, like all processed foods that are like not filling whatsoever and not meeting your nutritional needs, like you're going to feel like crap and you're going to have some nutrition deficiencies. So definitely calories in, calories out is important, but there's a bigger picture involved throughout all of it.
Yeah. And is there any stuff like in the gym wise you think that are some common myths?
Yeah, that the pump isn't, like, the pump's important and cause muscle growth.
The big P word.
The pump. Like people oversimplify and overcomplicate stuff about the pump too. Like people simplify and it's like, oh, it's not important. Well, I mean, it is important, but people also overcomplicate it too and think it's like, well, it means this. No, it's the just blood rushing and it's a pump.
Yeah, right.
And it's sensation.
In its simplest form.
I would say that it isn't important for muscle growth. It isn't indicative of muscle growth. But at the same time, if you have a pump, I think you pretty know, if you damn know well that you did it efficiently, that workout.
Yeah.
That lift. Like if I'm doing a chest fly and I don't feel it in my chest, like, and I don't have a pump at all, like something's up. Like, but if I feel like I get a nasty pump on a chest press and like I'm with good form, obviously, and everything else too, like, yeah, I think I'm going to choose that over because like I just have better sensation, a better connection to that movement.
Yeah, and I think you touched on this last one here. I'll let you take the lead on this, but I think this one for me definitely is big that I.
Oh yeah, so. People always assume that they've said over years, like certain muscles, like your abs, your calves, and potentially your shoulders, like you need to do high reps, or maybe lighter weight or mid-weight, high reps, high sets, and then needs to be done in like a circuit or something like that. Like that is just complete false. Like those muscles, all muscles work like any other muscles. Like progressively overload them using heavy weight and all over time, like the same amount of sets to it. Like your calves, like 2 sets, like 2 sets of those, just 6, like 4 to 10 rep range, like whatever. You do your abdominals, you do 2 to 3 sets or whatever, like this would be 2 to 3 sets or whatever it can be for both of those, 4 to 10 rep range, like, and try getting stronger at it. Same thing with shoulders. You don't need to spam lateral raises for 50 billion
that
reps.
was me back in the day.
Yeah, same. I like the burn. Like burn don't mean crap.
That's good to know.
It's all about progressive overload and mechanical tension, and then progressive overload's an indicator that growth is occurring.
Yeah, and there's or I'll let you keep going.
I would say like anything another movie that people like want to feel the burn in is like rear delt flies too. Like that's just one thing you don't need to. And then biceps. They love just pounding out reps of biceps.
I see that in the gym.
Reps. I'm like, you don't need to do these high rep sets. And like people are just so far away from failure too. Like, dude, you didn't even fail on that. Like you probably had a few more reps, but you're just from like 20 billion reps. Did you fail because of the burn, or did you fail because the weight was too heavy then?
Yeah. It's like,
But
these are these are just some myths. There's definitely more and whatnot. But now I think Mr.
Now
Dyrhaug,
going back on to the final portion. Yeah, I gotta fix that. There you go.
Yeah, I think you kind of teased it in the beginning. Said
so I said we have a draft here, so I can pull this up.
And you guys are probably like, "What, fancy football draft?" No. Oh no, something better.
We got a fruits draft here.
Whoa, fruits draft.
And I was thinking we can do. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Shoot. We can do. I was thinking we can maybe do 7, 6, 7.
All right.
I didn't do that. Crap! I need to delete that now.
That meme. The meme that's taken over.
Well, people get a little 6, 7 in there. But yeah, we can actually go, since I've been talking a bunch and we go like that. You can get the first pick of the draft. There's no requirements for this. There's no like prerequisites, like things you need to draft. Just fruits. It can be any you can think anything about fruits. It's not like, oh, I'm just eating it like this. Like is it like pre-workout? Is it post-workout? Like what really defines like a fruit to be taken? Like the 1-1. Like I should honestly make these. Oops. I should like this. Nope.
Well, I think I'll get
I'm trying to make it a. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'll get it started. I think my 101 right now will have to be definitely strawberries.
Strawberries. Okay, man.
You can put it down. You definitely got some polls. I'm gonna have to look some up just in case. Get some deep polls that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like strawberries, I think they would be like decently up there for me. Decently up there.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going though.
Yeah, but I've always hinted at this. Like I've always hinted at this.
Don't
The
take it.
greatest, the
Don't take
greatest
it.
fruit of all time.
Don't
And
take it.
I'm gonna be pretty specific here too.
Oh,
We're gonna go with the
maybe.
kiwi,
Oh,
but
yes.
we're gonna go with the
Let's see.
golden kiwi.
No. Okay, well then I have to go the green kiwi if you will allow that.
Yeah, we can. We
Since
can. They're separate enough.
since you opened up the golden. Dang, yeah. I knew it. I should have went with it. Maybe it would have got you. Still got two good strong ones though, so.
Yeah. All right, and then
All
back to
right, let's
me.
see.
I'm like when I think of like fruits, I'm thinking like what's something that's super versatile. And
Mm-hmm.
something for me that's really versatile is something that I can eat like fresh, but also frozen too.
Ooh,
And
okay.
when that comes down to it, and I'm in a Greek yogurt bowl, nothing brings that color in a Greek yogurt bowl and sourness and flavor
Don't say it.
like raspberries.
Ooh, okay.
And I kind of crap on them when they're fresh, but like when you get them fresh, you just have to get the smallest tin possible and just eat them all that day.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
And yeah, for sure. I think
And what
coming
about
off
for your
the
third pick?
my third pick, I know this is controversial, but I think I'm definitely gonna go with the blackberry.
The black. Ooh, dang it, man! Oh, I thought that'd come
know.
back to me.
Maybe
I
taking a
love
little
blackberries.
high,
They're
but
so good. Vitamin E and K, they go crazy in blackberries.
I think I know where you're gonna go.
Is it like blackberry? Okay, I don't know blackberries. There we go. All right.
Shout out
Next, this
Grammarly.
I think I might throw a curveball into here, but
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I'm trying to think because I'm trying to think of something that I eat a lot of, but
I know
like,
that's what I'm going as well. Like I'm like, what do
Mhm.
I
I
do
would
I
honestly
like?
go. I'm gonna go with this because there's some vitamin A in here. It has some vitamin C. It's a kind of a sleeper pick, honestly. Like I think I'll get it later, but like I'll get this one later that I was thinking of before, but I'm gonna go with this one now since I mentioned vitamin A. I'm gonna spell it wrong too. Cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe. Yeah.
Sleeper pick. So much vitamin A in there. There's so much
The
vitamin C.
melons.
It is so good. It's a great melon. It hydrates you so much. It's super juicy. Cantaloupe are amazing.
Yeah, well, I don't want to give you two fire powers for me at least, but it is like kind of a seasonal thing for me. But watermelon.
Watermelon, I'll let you have it. I've pretty
I'm gonna,
midder melon.
yeah. I probably could have got that at the 7, but I just didn't know what you were kind of going with.
No, yeah, and next up for me is one that I think is probably the best nutrient powerhouse, including like antioxidants and stuff like that. And it's just gonna be classic blueberries, man.
Dang it. Dang it.
I'm like they've fallen too far down in here. I'm like I
I know.
have to take them. I have to take them.
I was okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna go.
I'm having a lot of fun
peaches.
with this. We can go 8. We can go 8 rounds too.
We can go 8. I don't even know if I eat 8, but we'll keep it going. But yeah, peaches definitely next one.
Oh my gosh!
I know. I probably could have even flip flopped, but
yeah, I'm gonna have some peaches tonight too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have one after we wrap this up here.
All right, and then my next one is gonna be one that I feel like are really good frozen and kind of like reheated again. They're like softer, or you just like thaw them out like over time. They're just cherries.
Oh my gosh, I was looking that at my list right there.
Yeah, cherries are an elite pick. You have them before bed too. The natural melatonin from them, gas.
Yeah, I don't have many of these ever, but I'm gonna have to go with grapes.
Ooh, that's like the perfect snacking one because they have the right amount of crunch that like fit. Like that's why I say like people that love chips eat grapes. Yep. Like they have a decent amount of vitamin C. Like they're not really as good in like minerals and micronutrients and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's still a fruit, man. Like
I think hopefully this one holds for my 7.
Like I think I can get my 7. So I'm trying to go for one maybe that you might take, but I don't know like which one. Works. I'm trying to think of like ones that maybe I haven't like gotten yet, but I think I have to go with pineapple.
No. Oh my god. No. Literally it was like he mentioned it earlier. It's in his mind. Oh
The
Gosh.
goat. It has bromelain, which is like it's an enzyme that's like good for digesting protein and stuff like
Oh
that,
my
and it's good for inflammation too. So I definitely
gosh.
like pineapple's great pre and post workout.
I gotta make sure this wasn't taken, but I think my old classic, like had this growing up, high school and stuff. I think it's just gonna be a simple Honeycrisp apple.
Ooh,
I think that one's just nostalgic for me.
yeah, apples are pretty good. And then for my final one, I knew I was about to take this at the 3, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can get this all the way till the end.
We're
But
gonna go
it's
mango.
just mangoes. Yep.
Yeah, that was between. If we went one more, I was gonna see if I could. But
I'm trying to think even like what other fruits
honorable
that
mention, maybe
like an honorable
grapefruit,
mention.
but that's
You want to put that as your honorable mention?
yeah. We can go honorable mention grapefruit. I just got recently introduced to it from
Yeah, I'm
my
not.
father.
It's a little too citrusy for me, but
Yeah,
it's solid. It's solid.
shout out Lee Runge, father.
And then for my final one, I'm trying to think of one that like is like kind of niche, but
I
at the
think
same
you
time it's
might
pretty solid. I think I might go with dragon fruit
Dragon. I knew it. I knew.
or I might go with a plum.
Oh, I haven't had a plum in a minute, but yes.
Oh no, scratch that. I'm going with one I had recently this summer. Lychee berry.
Ooh, that is one I have
Lychee
not
berries
had.
are so good. They like you
Let's
peel
look.
off the little thing and you eat them. You don't the core and it's huge, but they are like they're so good. Like they have a good amount of vitamin C and stuff like that. So they're just
Tropical
whatever.
fruit native to
They look really
China.
weird. Yeah, they had
Oh,
them
I
at
see what you
Aldi.
mean.
They had them at
Yeah.
Aldi at the beginning, like May. So I think that's when like they're truly in season.
Vitamin C content. I like that. Potassium.
Mhm. Trying to think of like you always see like things that are flavored lychee, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna try sharing my screen. I'll just quick do that. Share my lychee screen.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, I was kind of, I was just gonna look up.
There we go. Yeah, these are what they look like, and like you peel them off, and then like you just have the little shell.
Yeah.
There. They're
That's what I
pretty
was
big
looking
too.
up.
They're pretty big.
Well, I think
Um,
I don't know, something to maybe wrap
but
this
like
up or
yeah,
whatnot.
we can go through our picks again. I can just pull
Yeah,
it up.
I was gonna see if you for a sec. I looked up the top 10 fruits based on consumer popularity,
Yeah, what
and
are
we
they?
kind of hit most of them. It's strawberries at the 1,
Yeah.
bananas.
Oh, bananas! Wow, snubbed.
Yeah,
Snubbed. You like we didn't even mention them in the honorable mention. That's good
yeah.
potassium, but like kiwi's better.
Red grapes, green grapes, pineapple, watermelon, tangerines, blueberries,
Uh,
clementines, and Granny Smith apples is what.
Clementines, yeah. Clementines are kind of mid though now.
Yes, I agree. But yeah,
But I'll run through
this
our picks
is
again.
the one.
You picked up the number 1 going 1 through 7. Strawberries, green kiwi, blackberries, watermelon, peaches, grapes, honeycrisp apple, and you on to mention was grapefruit. And then I had golden kiwi at the 1-1, raspberries, cantaloupe, blueberries, cherries, pineapple, and mango. And my honorable mention was lychee berries.
Boom. Yeah, I think we'll try to maybe incorporate something fun like this because I did have a blast doing
Yeah,
this. This
and
was
like
cool.
I think we should honestly do like a draft or some sort of like next time. What we can do probably is we can do like a collaborative ranking of like fruits and vegetables in a tier
Ooh,
list,
yes, like
like
the pyramid
S
things.
through like S through D. Like
Definitely.
I think we should definitely do that. Fruits and vegetables, and then maybe do like meat sources for another one too, or
Yep.
stuff like that, or protein sources. But
We're thinking this is our first podcast though, so we will definitely take some time to
yeah,
review.
and for sure because we're recording this on a Tuesday, so Tuesdays we know we can record for sure. But like if we have an
Tuesdays and
itch to
Thursdays maybe, but
yeah, if we have an itch to record, we're gonna record. So
we're
and we have
we're
free
gonna
time.
get it out to you. So
Yeah. So I don't. I assume I think we'll pipe. We're gonna schedule this for Friday. So you're probably gonna listen to this on a Friday. So hopefully the weekend can start off pretty good for you if you're listening to
right.
this in the morning. say.
Go Vikings on Sunday. But,
yeah, go Vikings on the Sunday. They won last night.
We might do some sports.
Half.
Yeah, we might do some sports reviews.
Yeah, sports and movie stuff too. We love that. Might talk about the MCU with the downfall of Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll save that. We don't want to spoil too much of that. So
yeah, maybe we'll have to do like a review of it, like, or maybe comment down below if we should do a movie review podcast, like a separate one. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. I'd like that.
Optimal movies. No, I don't know. We'd have to find a better
optimal movie podcast.
Yeah,
these movies are dog shit. Yeah, like that.
Simple, one-word movies. But yeah, thanks for everyone tuning in. I don't know who.
Yeah,
who
thank you.
Stuff, but this is just we just wanted to yap.
Yeah, we say we don't care if we get 1 viewer, if we get like 1,000 or like 10,000. Like,
we're just gonna keep on yapping.
Yeah, but have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.